Hello students, my name is Gemini. Today we are going to start chapter 6 of class 10th, that is life processes. Before going to meaning of life processes, you should know the meaning of life. As you all know, biology is a study of living organisms, and you already studied about living and non-living things. You know difference between living and non-living things. Now for example, how can you say whether an organism is living or not? For example, movement, growth, reproduction, there are some factors which say that the organism is living or it is a living organism. Now what about plants? Plants cannot move, but still they are living because they can breathe, they can reproduce and produce the new plants. So the processes which maintain body functions and necessary for survival of life are called life processes. The processes which are necessary for our life, for maintaining our life, are called life processes. Once again, the process which maintain body functions. There are so many physiological functions taking place in our body like digestion, respiration, excretion, nervous system, etc. So they are maintained by these processes. Such processes are called life processes. For example, nutrition. Nutrition is the process of intake of food that we will discuss later. Nutrition is obtaining the food from the nutrients. Next, respiration. Respiration is breathing or exchange of gases that may be in plants as well as in animals. Transportation. Transportation means transport of substances. For example, in plants, there is transport of water, transport of other substances, minerals, nutrients from the soil. They are transported to all parts of the plant body. So, transportation is also a very important function of life process. Next, excretion. Excretion is the physiological process where there is elimination of nitrogenous waste from the body, either plant or animal. So, these are the examples of life processes. These processes are very important for maintaining our body functions: nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. First, we will discuss about nutrition. As I told you, the process of taking nutrients from the food is called nutrition. Examples of nutrients are carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, water, minerals, etc. Next, coming to modes of nutrition. This is a very important topic, modes of nutrition. Now you know the meaning of nutrition, that is obtaining the nutrients from the food, but the different modes from which the organisms obtain their nutrition. Number 1, autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic. The meaning of auto means self. Here the organisms prepare their own food with the help of sunlight, water, other inorganic substances and prepare their food. Such type of nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition. Example in plants. As you know, plants prepare their own food. You already studied in your lower classes the concept of photosynthesis. Photo means light, synthesis to synthesize the inorganic materials like water and carbon dioxide and prepare their own food. Such organisms are called autotrophic organisms and the mode of nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition. Example, plants. Second one, heterotrophic nutrition. Hetero means different or they are depending on others for food. Heterotrophic nutrition means it is a mode of nutrition where animals are depending on others. So for example, animals, human beings, we are depending on plants and animals for food. They are called as heterotrophic organisms and the nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. Means these organisms cannot prepare their own food. They are depending on others for food. Example, animals including human beings. So once again, life processes are the processes which are very important to maintain our body functions or for survival of our life. Survival means to live the life. They are very important like nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion are the examples of life processes. Nutrition is the process of taking nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. We get energy from that nutrients. Modes of nutrition. They will ask you the question, name the modes of nutrition. Number 1, autotrophic nutrition. Auto means self. Nutrition, you know, is the intake of food. So here plants prepare their own food, or the organisms which prepare their own food are called autotrophic organisms, and the nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition means the animals which are depending on others, maybe animals or plants, depending on others for food are called heterotrophic nutrition. We human beings are coming under heterotrophic mode of nutrition. We can't prepare our own food. We are depending on plants and animals for food. So we discussed about different types of nutrition, autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Now we discuss about nutrition in plants. Plants obtain their food, or they can prepare their own food. As you know, they are autotrophic organisms. Green plants prepare their own food with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water and other substances in the presence of sunlight by a process called photosynthesis. So we discuss what is photosynthesis. The process in which green plants convert simple inorganic materials like carbon dioxide and water into complex food material, that is glucose C6H12O6, in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. In the presence of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green color pigment present in the leaves, present in the chloroplast of the leaves. If you see the reaction here, carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and the pigment chlorophyll, it gives rise to glucose molecule C6H12O6 plus a molecule of oxygen is released. Now we will see what are the events occurring during photosynthesis. Now we are seeing the definition of photosynthesis. What are the events occurring here? Absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. First, chlorophyll in the plant absorbs light energy from the sun, and that light energy is converted into chemical energy. Conversion of light energy to chemical energy and splitting of water molecules. The water molecules splits into hydrogen and oxygen. Third, reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. As you know, carbohydrates is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So here reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates takes place. So these are the process or events occurring during photosynthesis. First, absorption of light energy by chlorophyll, and that absorbed light energy is converted into chemical energy, and there is splitting up of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. Reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. The examples of carbohydrates are glucose, fructose, lactose, mannose, etc. Next, coming to the chloroplast. Chloroplasts are small organelles. As in the cell, we have seen so many organelles like mitochondria, Golgi complex, nucleus, lysosomes, ribosomes, etc. It is one of organelle present only in plant cell. Chloroplasts are present only in plant cell, found only in plant cell. It contains green pigment called chlorophyll, which is responsible for the green color of the leaves, which absorb sunlight for photosynthesis. Next, coming to stomata. In your previous classes or in your older classes, you already studied about stomata. Stomata are tiny structures which are present in the lower epidermis of leaf. These are tiny pores present in lower epidermis of leaf. What is the function of stomata? Stomata helps in transpiration and exchange of gases. Transpiration is the loss of water in the form of droplets, and exchange of gases takes place. Stomata has an opening called as stomatal pore, and stomata are open only during daytime. So this is about chloroplast. It's a very important point. Chloroplasts are small organelles found only in plant cell. And one more important point about chloroplast is they have their own DNA. Mitochondria and chloroplast are the organelles which have their own DNA so that they can replicate or multiply. And stomata are tiny pores present in lower epidermis by which exchange of gases and transpiration takes place. So this is about the nutrition in plants by process called as photosynthesis. We already discussed about autotrophic nutrition by process called as photosynthesis. Green plants prepare their own food. Now next we'll come to heterotrophic nutrition. As the name indicates, hetero means different. So here the organisms are depending on other organisms or others for obtaining their nutrition are called heterotrophic organisms, and the mode of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. There are different types of heterotrophic nutrition, different modes again in heterotrophic nutrition. Number one, saprophytic nutrition. What do you mean by saprophytic nutrition? The organisms obtain their food from dead and decaying organic matter are called saprophytic organisms, and the mode of nutrition is called saprophytic nutrition. Example, bacteria and fungi. These organisms obtain their food from dead and decaying organic matter. Dead and decaying organic matter. Number two, parasitic nutrition. What do you mean parasitic nutrition? It is the nutrition where organisms obtain their food from other organisms without killing them. It's called parasitic nutrition. Means again in parasitic there are two types of parasites, ectoparasites and endoparasites. Ecto and endoparasites. Ecto means outside. Here the animals, they are living outside the body of organisms, but they are depending on that organism for food. A very good example of ectoparasitic nutrition is leech. You all observed leech. It sucks the blood. So it is depending on the blood of other animals, especially cattle, but it is living outside the body, not inside the body. Such a nutrition is called ectoparasitic nutrition. Endo, as the name indicates, endo means inside. Means here the organisms live inside the body of other organisms. For example, in human body, there are some endoparasites in our body also, which are obtaining the nutrition from our body. Such type of nutrition is called parasitic nutrition. That is example, mosquito. Mosquito sucks the blood of humans. And tapeworm. Tapeworms are found in humans, in the intestine. And even ascaris. Ascaris also an endoparasite living in the intestine. Number 3 is holozoic nutrition. It is another mode of nutrition in heterotrophic nutrition. Holozoic means it is the process where organisms obtain their food by different steps like digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. First one is ingestion. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. These are 5 steps by which the nutrition takes place. That is called as holozoic nutrition. The very good example of holozoic nutrition is animals and including human beings. We humans have holozoic mode of nutrition where our food is digested by undergoing these 5 steps. Ingestion means intake of the food. Next, digestion, different parts of the digestive system. Absorption, assimilation and egestion. So this is how that there are different modes of heterotrophic nutrition: saprophytic, parasitic and holozoic nutrition. Now we will discuss about how do organisms obtain their nutrition. Now we have already seen the definition of nutrition, different modes of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition. But actually how do organisms obtain their food, obtain their nutrition? because the nutrition, the process of nutrition is different in different organisms. It is not same. Digestive system is also different. Now for example, in simple organisms or in unicellular organisms like amoeba, how is the nutrition taking place here? In amoeba, there are finger-like projections called as pseudopodia. So first in this diagram you can see here, there is a nucleus and the food particle. Food particle is outside the body of the organism. Now how does this food enter? How the amoeba obtains the food? Now this amoeba has finger-like projections. It extends its finger-like projections called as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, poda means foot. These are commonly called as false foot. False foot. With the help of these finger-like projections, these organisms obtain their nutrition. It takes the food inside. Now, and then the food particle comes into the cytoplasm of the cell and it is called as food vacuole. Now the food is in the food vacuole with cytoplasm, nucleus, etc. Now the food particle is inside the body of this organism, and this is how the organisms like amoeba obtain their nutrition with the help of finger-like projections called as pseudopodia, because the digestive system or the mode of nutrition is different in different animals. If you see simple organisms, it is different method, and if you go to complex organisms in humans, there we have a well-defined digestive system. As you know, the organisms have different organizations in their body, as you already learned in your previous classes, like cellular level, tissue level, organ level and organ system level. So in humans, we have a complex digestive system or a separate system for digesting or the nutrition. So in amoeba, we have seen that they obtain nutrition from finger-like projections. Finger-like projections called as pseudopodia. And another example of this organism is paramecium. Paramecium, it is also a unicellular organism. It obtains food by cilia. Cilia. There are numerous cilia on their body which are moving around, which helps in capturing the food in paramecium. So cilia are also locomotory structures, but they help in obtaining nutrition also in these animals called as paramecium. So this is how organisms obtain their nutrition. Next we will see the digestive system in humans.